I don't know what to do with myself. I'm in a very bad state. Somewhere throughout the winter, I took a big break from YouTube, and now I'm seriously struggling trying to get back to the schedule. Any schedule. Being somewhat consistent at all. So I watched a bunch of life advice videos or whatever, and I think I came up with a little bit of a system to get back on track or something. So let's talk about that. And again, paint something absolutely random. So, I know. I should paint the way I feel about myself at the moment. That's what usually helps, and that's what I'm usually good at. Just painting monsters that kind of represent the way I feel. So we'll start with a giant head. So anyway, this problem I have, it's not about that I'm not happy with doing YouTube or I have a burnout or something like that. Not at all. Which is the weirdest part. It almost felt like I just need discipline or something, like someone to scare me into doing things, like maybe mortgage or student debt or children. But I don't have any of those problems. I'm kind of too happy with where I am right now, and so I simply lost my vision, a goal, like how I would like to change my life. So every day of my life would be somewhat different, better than it is right now. I just don't want to change anything. And so I still have this problem. I need to come up with what I want at all, so I would be able to keep going and keep working on myself and actually producing something. The smaller problems I solved already, like for instance, recently I noticed that I was eating a weekly amount of sweets every day, which is the kind of thing I have about me. I am not in a great relationship with carbohydrates, specifically with sugar and stuff. So I'm gonna add a lot of eyes to this guy because he is looking all over the place and doesn't know which of the eyeballs is looking forward. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, so I gave up sugar and sort of immediately started feeling better. Also started working out consistently right now. Nadia made me buy this Orbit track or whatever it's called in English, I don't even know, which is a really cool stuff apparently because I'm feeling so great. And this is literally just one thing you have to do every day and it will take care of your whole body pretty much, so just the right thing. So yeah, it makes the blood flow well, so I'm feeling much better and much sharper. So I'm finally in the state where I can start thinking on how to fix this swamp I'm in, that I'm not doing anything. And before that, when I was just full of sugar and not working out, not moving around, I couldn't even start thinking about it. It was like, I don't even want to think about that. I just want to play Mankind Divided and that's it. Right now I'm feeling much better, but I should have been recording this, or rather a very different video. Actually, I was planning to do an overpaint episode, but I just couldn't. So I spent like an hour preparing. I tweaked all the settings on my webcam and on everything, on the lighting. Didn't really change anything. So procrastinating, as usual. I have spent a lot of hours in front of this camera, ready to record at any moment, showing my live preview over here, but never starting the recording. Because I just can't. So, after watching a couple of videos while I was running today about the whole life advice stuff, so about how to stop procrastinating and how to turn something good into your habit. And one important thing that stuck to me is that to make something a habit, you should first do it many times very easily, very lightly. Like they gave a good example of, if you want to start running every day, you should get out of the house wearing all the stuff you need to wear and just run a little bit. just around the block, and that's it, and back. That's absolutely not enough to get in shape or something. You should run for a little while, you know? But if you're just starting, it's kind of a challenge, and if you're just starting, you're also having another challenge on top of it, is making it a habit. So at first, you just concentrate on the habit part, and you run every day just a little bit, pretty much to repeat the ritual of putting on your running clothes and getting outside. That's the main part. And of course, just running a little bit. And after a while, when you'll start feeling like your body is ready to do the same thing every day because it's now your habit, that's when you can actually start running like you mean it. So I thought that would be a cool thing to try with the channel, to get back on track with the videos. And I have no idea what my videos are gonna look like in the next couple of weeks, but I'm very, very into this idea of making a lot of videos in a short period of time. I'm not promising a good quality, so bear with me for a little while if you wish. And in the meantime, I'll just try and get back on track. So yeah, those are the main thoughts that I had today, like really struggling. Finally started thinking about all of it because my mind is not cloudy and I could finally think on how to solve the problem. Kind of a random gradient from this tan color to this warm green, and actually it's just a dirty yellow color. In the ambience of everything, it's kind of a green color. It works out pretty cool. Like, I like this over here, there's a good color abstraction showing up when these two colors replace each other. By the way, when I said that this is what I usually do, paint myself in the current state, I don't even really talk about what I've been doing for the last couple of years on this channel, because that's not the case. I was talking about before the channel. Usually what I've been painting, different kinds of monsters, they usually were kind of just me trying to look at myself from a different perspective from outside. Like, paint myself so I could take a look and analyze what's going on in this head. So yeah, I don't know, maybe just giving up this sugar dependency and recovering from the metabolic syndrome really is what I'm having. I'm kind of having a belly, even though my arms and face are kind of skinny. That's the metabolic syndrome. That means I have a problem with carbohydrates. So giving up that and turning work back into a habit, maybe that will be just enough to become happy again with doing things and get back on track with everything. But also maybe it would be a good time to rethink my direction in life again, because I remember when I started YouTube, I felt so focused, so like I chose this path of doing this thing for YouTube, and like I've never been more determined in my life. I felt like I found something that I would be just happy doing for the rest of my life, not jumping back and forth between like, what if I would be like a 3D animator, or if I would be a concept artist, or I should like find a good working place in some foreign company or not, or yes, or do I want to be just a free artist that makes something amazing and sells his artwork for a lot of money. But then it finally stopped and I was like, I can just concentrate on this one thing and become better at it with time, and it would be awesome. I would be the best because I settled in one direction instead of spreading myself all over the place. So that was really cool, but the problem with it is that after a while anything loses its newity. So it just, I don't know, it's just old. Making videos over and over again about painting, and especially when you lose the habit of doing it, you start like thinking too much because it's such a big deal to get back in here and turn on the camera and everything. So you have to have like a really good, fully meaningful reason every time. But I just need it because I do it so rarely, it becomes too much of a big deal. So yeah, I'll shut up and paint a little bit, because if I don't shut up, this is gonna be like a 2 hours long rambling video. thought while I'm here I could learn something at least. So yeah, I looked up some references. This is actually such a comfortable layout, having your Chrome browser as a strip on the right side of the screen and you're just painting on the left side, immediately looking up different stuff right here. Cool. So yeah, I decided to make this guy not knowing where he is, just floating in space, and all these tubes are bringing all the necessary stuff into his belly and his lungs, and taking the bad stuff away as well, so he just doesn't have to do anything. So yeah, one more thing, I'm not sure if I finished that thought or not, on making the habit, so I decided to make a lot of videos, even though they're not gonna be very continuous or something, they will be like random, like this episode. I am not making a part 2 about this painting, and I'm not continuing any existing series that we've had on the channel that are waiting to be continued just yet. We will probably get back to them, but for now, I need to just start episodes and drop them, and paint whatever I want every time without feeling obligated to do that one thing. Oh, and I said specifically paint whatever I want. I can't just make a talking video. So that's the rule. All the videos, or like 90% of them, will be the painting episodes. Because this channel is a painting channel, so painting videos should be turned into a habit, not just any videos. So yeah, back to this infant sitting photo reference. Well, something like this. This was a lot of fun, as usual. It's a shame I haven't been doing it frequently enough, so hopefully we're gonna change that in the next couple of days. So yeah, pretty cool little speed paint that took, well, overall the recording is 1 hour 15 minutes, so I don't know, maybe less than an hour. I don't know, maybe in the next episode we'll also do the current state speed painting kind of thing. Not giving any promises because I don't want to obligate myself to anything. Hope this was helpful, the process maybe, the talk on how to fight your inability to work. Tell me what you think, tell me about your experience with this kind of problem, and I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. Don't be like this, do whatever you want, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! It looks pretty finalized at this size.